looking pretty sharp here early on in the season.
His first pitch, and Calhoun rips that one down the line, but foul.
Against so far this year.
Goes inside on Calhoun. And he hits this ball sharply foul again. Boy, he's out in front of her. There's 1-2 and a swing and a miss. Calhoun on the slider, and that is the first strikeout of the ball game for Justin Verlander. Back in the 2004 draft by the Detroit Tigers. And he misses upstairs with a good.
The #1 overall pick from that draft, Matt Bush.
Well, that's right. That's right. Same draft. And Bush, of course, was drafted as a shortstop, now turned pitcher. They knew he was going to be a great pitcher. I mean, it's hard to predict the kind of excellence that he achieved. A fame-worthy pitcher in his career. 1-2. And this one rolled down the third baseline. Long throw for Bregman, and it's in time. They just get Semien by an. And you can see why. Seager now goes after the first pitch and hits it high in the air out to left. Alvarez underneath it. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Verlander. Boy, Martin Perez was great.
Never just stays on the hands. And it's on your hands, Dad, and it's all over the car seat. Just come off the mound now. Umpires check their hands for sticky stuff. Every kid in this ballpark would get suspended.
I mean, I say that. I'm certain I could be wrong. There's Garver swinging and missing at strike 3. Second strikeout for Verlander.
I mean, he's been great all the way around, but especially against these righties.
Goes with a fastball upstairs. He has gotten out of the gates brilliantly for the Astros so far this season. Post and zeros. I mean, he threw 8 innings in his second start. And there's a strike. It's 2. Right, the right-hander's 2-1 pitch, and there's a swing and a miss. The high velocity fastballs at that. And he takes a beauty right at the bottom of the zone, and that's a tough one. That's strike 3 called.
Low could have done there.
So Adolis Garcia, and he takes Garcia and Verlander. And it's fouled away. 1-1 series. It's driven in 4 runs. But he gets the
9 plate appearances. Marcus Semien, 31 times he has faced Verlander.
Oh, Garcia pounds one deep out to center field. That's got a chance, but it's caught at the wall.
Of Willie after that saying he absolutely should have run on that and it should be a given. And in talking to Willie, take that first out. So Willie absolutely accountable for the mistake that he made, and Woody realizing that
on here, but there wasn't much of a secondary lead from Willie Calhoun either, and that's part of it, right? You get your momentum going a little bit in that direction. The instinct told him not to go. That probably cost him as well, and it really would have changed the complete composition of that inning, because Garcia run, that could have been a base hit. Now you're talking about a tie game. There's a lot of ifs in there, but lesson learned, no doubt, for Willie.
Well, chopper first base, and good job by Gurriel to shovel it quickly over to Verlander.
After that, Justin Verlander.
Brad Miller, the hitter now, and he takes a backdoor breaking ball for strike. So the veteran right-hander to the plate with another curveball, and that one misses low. It's 1-1. Now neither team has managed to.
Well, he was a member of the Rays at the time.
He takes a strike, 1-2.
And if you want any more detail, because that's you may not have had spin rate just all the way back then, 2016.
Didn't exist. Some on a shin guard, but he was gesturing and everything back there. There's a comebacker, and that one just gets past Verlander. But Pena, backing him up, makes the play.
little device that you hear when he goes to make the pitching change and then gives it to them. Then he said it's way easier. That
it seemed like the Rangers were kind of out front compared to most organizations. Their acceptance and their willingness of the players, their pitchers especially.
Very strong opinions on a lot of things, but certainly on pitch count. The 0-2. And this one lined up the middle. That's a base hit. Ibanez is aboard. And there's the first Rangers hit of the game. The first base runner for either team today. Gurriel now takes a bit of a lead. And first pitch breaking ball. There's a swing and a miss. Kind of always a clown. One strike pitch, and that one. It's the first base runner the Rangers have had out there. And there's a breaking ball, strike 3 called. Calhoun.
The most strikeouts. Scherzer seems pretty locked in. Justin Verlander's looked good so far this year. Obviously missing those 2 years hurt him on that list. Who's the last one?
Yeah, you know, the thing about that is, like, we don't. It is all right. There's no question. As Semien takes off the plate, he's carrying himself today and how he's thrown the ball early this season. 1-2 on the way, and Semien cracks this one out to center, but it's not going to carry. Siri comes in a couple of steps and takes care of it. One gone in the 4th.
Yeah, and I think I kind of was making the assumption that the 2 at the top of the list would, of that to say, but probably the most decorated career of the group.
Yeah.
They all have done really, really well.
Yeah, but he signed a 1-year deal this year with the Dodgers.
He looks really good so far.
He does.
But it's not the
just to prematurely shut a guy down. Verlander, I mean, now he's got the arm fit. Works well for him, then he just keep on going. That's a little high to Corey Seager. He got Seager to fly out in the first inning, showing zero interest in calling it good. This one in the air, popped up back of shortstop, and that one will be handled out there by Bregman for the 2nd out of the inning. Look at it and we think, well, may that be the beginning of something? And in Garver's case, you know that he's going to get homers, 5 RBIs so far from Mitch. And he takes on the corner 1-1 for a lot of guys, as we were talking about earlier with some of the Astros. 1-2 the count. And then they both have deep bullpens behind them. There's a foul tip. Garver stays alive.
today. He doesn't really use it that much. He's not tricking anybody in the sense that he's trying to do something so different.
The pitch on the way. There's a swing and a miss. Another strikeout. And that is his. Yeah, I think he'd be pretty pleased with how things are going today for both these guys. As Verlander misses.
Inning in the booth. That'll be intimidating. Talk about being intimidating.
Pop up back of third base. Out goes Bregman. And he helps.
Looked like it had a chance to get out of here, and the Rangers right now just some warning track bad luck in this series against the Astros. They squared up earlier. Remember early in the series he hit that ball with the bases loaded to right center field that he thought he got.
2-strike pitch, and Adolis takes wide. 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes on Garcia. Here it comes, and that is outside. 2-2. Garcia swings and misses, and that strikeout.
Lower. And that was the curve at 80.
Calhoun spoiled. 1-strike pitch, and that is fouled away as well. Did not come in from third base, but I've heard those are tough reads on those choppers right in front of the plate for a hitter. It's difficult to know exactly what the trajectory is. I mean, you see the contact.
Far back the infielders are. So if he has a little bit of a better secondary lead and takes off when it sees that bounce, it's probably a difference. Like going like in 2 different directions in the outfield. It'll be here sooner than later.
First base today, and then back up top for Calhoun. And Miller fouls that one away. The count 0-2. Ten strikeout game was several years ago, September of 2019. Miller in the air out to left, but there's going to be room for Alvarez, and he makes the catch.
Really sharp, and has looked sharp here today. It was an impressive base hit.
He checked up the swing and even on appeal. And he came in with a .224 average. And he hits this one off the end of the bat. Gurriel is there, and he'll take the next step and a half to the bag. Ibanez retired. And 2 away in the inning. A great giveaway tomorrow night. Verlander's first pitch, and Calhoun goes right after it. A high fly ball out into left. And that completes a 6-pitch, 6th inning for Verlander. These guys one after another trying to outdo one another. 7th inning.
Cutter on a 3-2 count. Chas McCormick comes through. Opposite field double to break up the no-hitter. The perfect.
As Verlander's 1-0 to Semien. Swung on and missed. And this one fouled back.
Get up.
1-2. And that one down the right side, but ends up foul. I'm trying to get comfortable. 1-2. And that one fouled back.
So I got $1 million business idea for you.
Okay.
You know, these armbands that we see that all the guys are wearing, but they just can't seem to. Letters that can stick to those things. It's over. We're done. Quit tomorrow.
It's called strike 3. It's now by going to TexasRangers.com. Breaking ball to Seager, and he pulls that one foul. Corey's 0 for 2. A fly out to left, a pop up to third.
7 pitches to get there, and he is locked in right now at 75 through 6 1/3.
Ball one. Okay, now here I want to throw one. In as much as it's been as close as it's been today, could you argue that even though those are.
I think he loves the back and forth. I don't think he's stressed. Roof's closed, not extra hot, right? That's something that does come into play as well.
All right, let me throw this one in
here. Next curveball.
Couple of quick.
If anything, it's a positive for me, right? You're keeping a pace. You're not having those long innings.
This one lined out to right field. That's a base hit. Seager takes advantage of Verlander's. Has 2 home runs for the year. And the first pitch runs inside, ball 1.
Away and has already. You're looking for a fastball in the zone early that you can get on.
It's a little bit outside. 2-0.
The reason the pitch count is so low, a lot of these hitters do not want to get to 2 strikes.
Very high. 3-0. Well. 3-0 pitch, and Garver with a check swing, blew up, and that one falls in and squeaks into the outfield. It looked like a mistake check swing, but it goes for a hit, and the 343 average coming into play, and he takes a breaking ball, strike 1. He serves this one foul. It's 0-2.
Zone earlier in this game.
0-2 pitch, and that one's lined into right field. That's a base hit. Seager stopped at third. The bases are loaded. A hard hit.
Adolis Garcia.
Yeah, just amazing. Here is Adolis, and he takes high, ball 1, and Verlander. It's the Astros, and you couldn't have put him in a better. His season high 90th pitch of the game. And Garcia in the air, center field. Hangs up for Siri, makes the catch. Seager tags, heads to the plate. The throw comes through, but it's not in time. And Seager dives in with the game's time. Now Willie Calhoun. And he trickles one back to the mound. And Verlander tosses it overhand to first. That ends the inning. But